All right, everybody, this is warning to the politicians. I'm running for president 2024. I think this will be 19, so it's kind of be a recap. I've covered transportation, housing, crime, and go over that again. And the whole point is to cut through all the crap of the campaigns and the promises and all that. Let the people's votes speak. Not being associated with any special interest groups, lobbies, anything, not taking big money from anybody, anything like that. It's what I think, and my opinions put out there. If you like them, write me in, and I'll do the paperwork. When the time comes, make it all official. Until then, give me thumbs up and everything. So, a lot of people might be saying, this, you're not serious about this 2 strikes or 3 strikes and then death penalty, are you? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Look here. We all know if we go speeding down the road, driving recklessly, we're going to get pulled over. We're going to get a ticket. And if we're really an idiot at whatever we're doing, we're getting hauled off. If you drunk drive, you're getting pulled over, and everyone's got zero tolerance for that. There are a lot of things, a lot of issues. The politicians just same crap. They rehash them year after year. They make them a campaign deal to get your vote and everything. Then nobody does anything, and then the next election comes around, it's the same crap over again. So look here. We all know if you go out and you pour gasoline over your head and light a match. Hey, buddy, you pour that gas over your head and you light a match, you're gonna die, or at least you're gonna be looking like a Cheeto for the rest of your life. Oh, okay, let me try. And they do it. Whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? We send a message to the drug traffickers and the cartels. Look here. You try coming up here, you're smuggling in your submarines and stuff. We're not even going to bother prison and stuff. We're going to blow you out of the water and leave you for sharks. Period. You bringing it in a small plane, guess what? We see you dumping stuff out of the back of the plane, Apache helicopter, something, whatever. You're done. We're done with that. You get what you pay for. So, you make the law. You say, here it is. Here's the law. This is what's going to happen. And then if they make the choice to go ahead and try and drug traffic, or they make the choice to live a life of crime, whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? We all know there are consequences for our actions in life. If we do something stupid, and hurt ourselves or something, by living dangerously, anything like that, we take the chances. Them people that jump off of cliffs in them wing suits and stuff like that, hey, that's their prerogative. But they know full and well, they hit the ground and die. Whose fault is it? It's theirs. They wanted to do it. That's what happens to them. We all make decisions in our lives. So if you got somebody that's raped twice, molested children twice, or whatever, we'll make it 3 strikes. We'll have a debate about 2 strikes, 3 strikes. What is it? You look at this officer in St. Louis, the retired Officer Dorn, the one of the guys they caught. Look at his record. He was caught. He was given a chance to, hey, get away from that crap, not do that kind of stuff anymore. And the first chance he got, he was out there looting and part of killing that officer. So we make a choice. Do we keep putting up with this, or do we go decade after decade after decade of all the same issues, all the same big money for prisons and policing and all this or everything? Or do we put it out there, this is the way it is, we're not playing anymore. We are not playing anymore.
Attention, a new important message has arrived.
You will get a couple chances. We believe in redemption. We'll have programs, Hey, you want to try and tell me that molesting children is some kind of a sickness or something like that? I don't believe it. I know a lot of other people believe it, but all right, whether you're a priest, whatever you are, second molestation, and I'm talking, we have hard evidence, we make sure all the rules of evidence and everything, we go through all that, we make sure the system, second armed robbery, here we go, we got you right here on video, we got hard evidence, all this stuff, you're gone. That's it. Gas or electric, buddy. Gas or electric. What do you want? We put it out there. This is the way it's gonna be. And if they make those choices, then they made their choices. They made the wrong choices. And the states might not want to do death penalty. That once somebody breaks state law or the federal laws, the serious ones, murder and all this and everything, anything, kidnapping, stuff like that, whether it's the states prosecuted them twice or 3 times, or the feds have, whatever it is, that third conviction, you want to say third one? All right, we'll say third conviction, which is way too lenient if you ask me. Way too lenient. How many people got to get hurt to give some douchebag an extra chance? How many people got to get hurt? Innocent people. How many little kids in Chicago got to die in the crossfire? But whatever you would decide, you live in one of those liberal cities, you better make your voice known. No, we're not giving them 3 chances. Maybe we'll give them 2. But on that conviction, whatever it is, third strike, second strike, whatever it is, whether the state wants to participate in the 3 strikes you're out plan or whatever or not, the Fed's going to come and get that guy or woman, going to come and get them, and it'll be in the federal hands, and they'll carry out the death penalty. If the state wants to do it, they can do it. They'll have their normal little bit of appeals, and it's not going to be appeals for 20 years. I'm sorry. It's not going on that way. We'll make sure there's no more convictions on circumstantial or bullshit evidence. We'll get tough with the legal system too. The DAs and the prosecutors are just trying to make names for themselves. Whatever. We'll make sure there's no more of this withholding witness testimonies and stuff like this. We'll make sure we'll go through the whole damn thing. But we're gonna get tough. We're gonna say that's it. You're bringing drugs up from south of the border. You get caught. It's death penalty, Jack. It's the death penalty. Same thing. You're caught smuggling guns back into Mexico or something. It's the death penalty. We're gonna close those loopholes too. You're not gonna come up here, buy a bunch of guns and smuggle them back down. Same thing. All the gun laws and stuff. You always hear, well, the criminals won't do that and this and that. If we make a gun, it's got some kind of electronic identifying tag in it, so when a cop pulls up behind the car or whatever, the thing pings. He knows there's a gun in the car or whatever, or it shows up. Hey, we can have these sensors around schools too. If the gun has a chip in it and somebody crosses on the school property and that sensor goes off, then we know. The alarm will go off. Security will be able to deal with it. Look for him. Them sensors will be able to pin. He's got it in his backpack or whatever. The sensors will be able to pinpoint where he is in the building. You'll be able, if you got the sensors up and the asshole's got a gun and it's got a chip in it, even if he started shooting, you know where he's at. You know where to evacuate the kids from.
Attention, a new important message has arrived.
So I think we can use technology for a lot of this stuff. And that's automatic death penalty too. School shootings, automatic death penalty. Don't give a damn what color you are, automatic death penalty. Third strike out, don't give a damn what color you are, death penalty. Don't give a damn how rich your parents are, death penalty. Don't give a damn you're a priest, you molested kids, you're a Hollywood somebody, you're a politician, whatever. You've done it 2-3 times, whatever. We're done with you. We are done with you. And then the other part of it is investing in America. See these commercials about investing in marijuana, this and that? No, we're going to invest in America. We're going to rebuild our neighborhoods. We're gonna give people a vested interest in their future. Home ownership, low cost, and that's whether you live in a neighborhood that's been decimated or whatever. We'll rebuild the neighborhood. Public housing, all these public housing places where it's just a place to shove people on welfare and let them live there, everything, and they got no vested interest in being there. We're going to change that. From now on, it's going to be, you call them apartment homes, condominiums, whatever you want to call them. We're going to put up new modern buildings. They're going to have all the modern conveniences, energy efficient, all that type of stuff. And all you got to do is we'll make it like a mortgage, just like the houses. 10 years, $400 a month, $500 a month. We'll have people go over the numbers, whatever it is, to make it available for people of lower incomes. And in 10 years, you get deed to that. You're not going to let that building go to shit. You're not going to, you're going to have to pay your utilities and then like a homeowner's fee, whatever like that, for the maintenance of the place and stuff. But you're going to have a vested interest in that. You're going to have a vested interest in that neighborhood, in that building, whatever it is. And like I said, we can't afford to pay some of these cops in some of these cities decent salaries and teachers and stuff. We're going to give them that option too, of being in these low cost homes. And I don't mean quality wise low cost. I just mean we're gonna give you the. You ever watch Shark Tank? We're gonna give you the deal of a lifetime. You understand that? The deal of a lifetime. And we can hash out if you got minor criminal offenses or whatever, if you'll be eligible and all this kind of stuff. We'll leave a lot of that up to states with the people in the area want to decide. But it's a fresh start. And it's the last time around. You understand? The last time around. Everybody gets their shit together because this is it. This is it. We will spend whatever it takes. We'll rebuild our neighborhoods, the retail areas, all this stuff. We will have, instead of investing in marijuana, you're going to invest in your communities. We'll make it where, celebrities, athletes, all rich people, whatever they want to do, the public school system, the certain schools, just like colleges have alma maters who contribute to the school. Public schools can take contributions now too. Can't influence the curriculum, can't anything like that. Here you go, PS, whatever. And that'll come off that person's taxes. So it's 2020. We got to look to the future. People say, oh, these other countries don't have people in prison like we. Yeah, they got a lot of the people running the streets. And ain't that why you tell us people are coming up from Mexico and everything because of the crime and all that and everything? Well, it's because their criminals aren't in prison. They're running the streets. They got pickup trucks with machine guns mounted to them. You look at Africa, you got the same thing. You look at other places around the world, you got the same thing. And a lot of these countries, their cultures, the people are brought up to appreciate society. You understand that? To appreciate organized society. And even in a lot of countries, Asian countries, Islamic countries and stuff, you don't shame your family. You don't shame your family by going out and being a criminal and doing stupid stuff. So people they want to blame the founding fathers for this and that, and they want to blame the whole system. Oh, it's because of capitalism, all this. No, I'm sorry. People come here from all over the world and they'll tell you to your face. It's because there is security here. There's an opportunity for them and their families to live in a neighborhood where they don't have to worry about if they got have to worry if they got a Trump hat on or what political party they belong to. You understand? Do you understand what's happening in this country? Where you can be attacked or even have phony accusations of attacks. What'd that guy in Chicago do? Oh, Trump people attacked me. Do you understand what's going on? We got to put our foot down and say, no, you're not going to make people afraid of their political associations. You are not going to do it. You are not going to make people afraid if they're for cops and law and order. You know, and I know it might be the wrong time to be saying a lot of these things. And like saying, you know, if George Floyd was a career criminal and he did the things that have been said, you know, putting a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach, I don't care about him. He's a psychopath. Might not be popular. But right now, you watch the news and everything, if you have half a mind, you watch all the ceremonies and stuff going on, it's kind of like, you know, one politician, oh, we're going to put some African-American looking or African-looking clothing on us, and we're going to go out and kneel, and we're going to do all this and everything. All this stuff to show our sympathy. Do you think they really care? Then it becomes a thing. Each politician has to outdo the next. And same with the morning shows and everything else. How are we going to talk about this? Oh, CBS did this. Oh shit, we can't let them one up us. Let's do something else. Let's we're gonna put a special on. We're gonna do this. We're gonna put all these activists on and let them say all their stuff. That's what it is right now. It's who can outdo who to show how much they care. To save their political asses, to make their television network look more concerned and more socially hip, all these things. We've seen it before. I have anyway. Youngsters might not have. I've seen all this before. Go back, look at news footage from over the decades, politicians, their campaigns. Look at the things that are said when things like this have happened in the past, Rodney King, other incidents and stuff. All the sympathy comes out, all the speeches and spin doctors, everything, even from both sides. Look at Trayvon Martin. I believe Trayvon Martin was done wrong. The guy that shot him was told by the police, leave it alone, we'll handle it. And he didn't. He shouldn't have got away with that. He should not have got away with that. Should have let the cops handle it. And if Trayvon Martin attacked the cops or something like that, something like that happened, then it's his fault. But that guy was told by the cops to, and not too long ago, he's trying to sell the gun or something. Isn't that special? Isn't that friggin' special? What is going on with the minds of people in America? On both sides. You know, and Trump's pissed off both sides. I'm registered independent. I usually don't get into politics and stuff. You know, I just keep my, you know, if I want to vote, I keep my card. But usually, because it's BS from both sides. And I think Trump's kind of tried to go down the middle. And he's damned if he does, and he's damned if he doesn't. And when it comes to politics, politicians will feed each other to the sharks left and right. On both sides of the aisle. That's all it's about is your money and your vote. They'll say and do whatever they got to do for your money and your vote. Well, I don't want anybody's money. I'm putting my ideas out there. You decide if you want to take a chance. Write me in when this election comes up 2024 and get me on the ballot and then go out and vote for me. That's all up to you. You want to give a thumbs up, give a thumbs up. You want to give a thumbs down, give a thumbs down on here. I'm not looking for subscribers. I'm not looking to monetize on YouTube. I work for a living. But this, looking at the future right now, this crap's got to stop in America. It's got to stop. And we can give people, no matter the color of their skin, African American, Mexican American, Hispanic, poor white people who've fallen through the cracks. A lot of people lost their homes over the past couple decades and stuff. Lost their jobs, lost their homes, their families broke up. You got a lot of people fell through the cracks. Here we go. We're going to make the investment. We're going to roll up our sleeves. We're going to get the work done. We are actually physically going to take care of a lot of these problems that a lot of these politicians, they'll talk about them at election time. After the election, you won't hear from them for a little while until they have to start campaigning for the next election. So we're going to look at term things and stuff like that too. Maybe some terms ought to be lengthened so that as soon as they're in office, they're not running again. And then maybe we'll put a limit. Maybe instead of the president being elected every 4 years, we look at 8 years or 7 years. That'll give people overseas a little better idea, because every time we elect a new president and policies change and stuff, you got to have, it's same with taxes. What's going to happen with taxes? What people don't know what to do. What are they going to do? Are they going to raise taxes? What are they going to do? Are they going to tax investments more? What are they going to do? It affects us all when they play these games. So we'll try and get sensible tax codes and everything, and it'd be like write them in stone. Because like I said, until they came with the Federal Reserve, there was no income tax, on your wages and your salary and stuff. There wasn't. The only reason there was ever supposed to be a tax in the United States was if there's war. You can argue the Federal Reserve, when it was founded, and the world wars and stuff, you can kind of put that all together and say, well, we wouldn't need it to pay for the debt for the wars anyway. All right, I hear you there. But we still have taxes in effect, excise taxes that were put in effect during the wars, that they never taken away. Never. They got blank checkbooks. And they feel it's there. And actually, times I said, trouble with the IRS. If you got tax trouble, your trouble ain't with the IRS. IRS is just an accounting and collection agency. That's all they are. Your trouble is with Congress. That's who you get. Don't say, I got tax trouble with the IRS. Say, I got tax trouble with Congress. Because it's Congress or your state government, whatever it is. That's who you got trouble with. It's not the IRS. The IRS, they're just an accounting and collections agency, period. Hired by the government. Your problem is with Congress. You see what I'm saying about words and perceptions and stuff and mindsets? All those commercials. Oh, you got trouble with the IRS? You don't have trouble with the IRS. It's the bozo on TV giving the speech. It's the bozo on the TV giving the speech. That's who you have trouble with. Who has a lobbyist whispering in his ear, hey, pass this over here, spend money over here, all this and everything. And we'll give you a bunch of money and campaign finance. We'll give you a bunch of money. Stick with us on this. We got Senator so-and-so and so-and-so, Joe Blow on board. We're lining their pockets too. We're going to line your pocket. We're going to give you a nice when your political career's done, we got a nice seat on the board for you. We'll make you CEO. Well, I ain't going to be into all that. I don't care about all that. I ain't going to jet set around everywhere and look for photo ops and all this, can give phony baloney speeches all the time. I ain't going to be on the golf course. You know what I'll do? I'll barbecues on the White House lawn. Bring the school kids from the schools. How's that sound? One day we'll have brisket out there. We'll bring some people up from Texas who know how to make brisket. We'll make brisket. Next weekend, we'll have some people come up from Southern California, whatever. We'll have Fiesta Day there. We'll make some Mexican food, whatever it is. We'll have Italian Day. When the weather's nice, all out there on the White House lawn, we'll bring the school kids from D.C. and other cities. We'll bring in people, maybe a day we'll have school teachers day. We'll bring school teachers from all around the world, or the country. Next day, maybe it's Fireman's Day. Whatever. You won't see very many big galas and 1,000-plate dinners and stuff in my administration, and hobnobbing with everybody like that. You won't see that. You'll see everyday average people visiting the White House. That's who I'll hobnob with. If I travel the country, go to one of these cities and stuff, not going to be doing these $1,000 dinners for re-election campaign and this, and make a speech and no, I'm going to go down to that neighborhood that I want rebuilt. I'm going to make sure all I see is elbows and assholes, sleeves rolled up, people doing stuff, actual physical work being done. So that's why I have these opinions. We can't afford to go on anymore. The welfare system, welfare queens, and all this and everything like this. We're going to make it clear. Look here, all that stuff's going away. All of that stuff's going away. But over here, we got the deal of a lifetime. The deal of a lifetime. You sign a pledge, no drugs, this and that. Speaking of drugs, out here on the road, I can be called for a random drug test anytime. Lots of people and lots of occupations can. You know what we're going to do? And I'll do it while I'm in the White House. Random drug test. Got no problem. Drug and alcohol, because I don't drink. And we're going to do that for all the high-ranking members in the administration. And we're going to do that. Try and get it done for Congress. Random drug test every now and then. Oh, you can't do that. I'm a senator. Blah, blah, blah. Why not? You make common people do it. You pass laws that make common people do it. And so if we get them to do it, guess what? If you want welfare, you're going to be susceptible to random drug tests. Understand? Everybody's going to play by the same rules. Same rules. There's no more messing around. You are responsible for your life. For your life. You can't just float through it. You can't just say, I'm going to get pregnant, and you ever watch Jerry Springer and them shows? Girl don't know. They put 10 guys up there. None of them show positive for the baby. You want to live like that? Why the hell do you expect the rest of the country to pay for you? Why? Why the hell do you want the rest of the country to pay for you? Who told you it was your right to have the rest of the country pay for you for the choices you've made in life? How did we get to this point where people, was it too much Donahue back in the 70s? Was that it? Was it too much Donahue? The bleeding heart stuff? I believe when people need a little help, you give them a little help and whatever. But you got to have a direction that helps going. It just can't be here's your money every month. Here's your money every month. No, you got to take steps. You have to. The rest of us have to jump through hoops and get up in the morning and go to work and everything else like this. You're gonna have to go through hoops. Sorry, just like the rest of us, to take care of our families and stuff. You'll get welfare and your food stamps for a little while and everything, but you're also going to go to jobs training or school or something like that. And when that's done, sink or swim, just like everybody else. Time to leave the nest. Time to leave the nest. You need that little bit of help. You made some mistakes early in life. I can understand that. I've made my own. I have made my own. I have suffered the consequences. I should be well better off now than what I am. I've suffered the consequences. My family, because I made bad choices when I was younger, suffer the consequences. I give my son what I can give him. I got no problem taking care of him. The money, any money I spend on, he's a good kid. I got no problem there, anything like that. But there's times that really I think, man, I wish I could do more. I wish I could do more. If I hadn't been so stupid when I was younger, I could do more. He could have it better than what he has right now. If I had made better choices, he could have better. And that's what it's about. When you look at a lot of these families and everything that are well-to-do, it's because the people in those families thought. They said, you know what? I want my kids and grandkids to do better than me. That's why immigrants make it here. They come here. They want their kids to do better, to have better than what they had. And they do. They work and they plan and they be smart with their money. They get their kids educated. They do whatever they have to make sure that kid's higher up on the ladder than they were when they got here. But there's a lot of people who don't think that way in this country. There's a lot of people who say, screw the whole society and everything, because of this, because of that, or whatever. I'm just going to get my check and my food stamps and stuff, and then when my kid grows up, that's what they're going to have too. I'm going to go out and be a player and make babies, not give a damn what happens to that kid, and be responsible. Well, in my administration, you will be responsible. Because guess what? If a woman wants food stamps, welfare, and all this and everything, name of the father better be on that birth certificate. And we're going to find him. And he's going to get to work. He's going to be put to work. And part of what he makes is going to go in child support. Just like the rest of us out here who have ever had to pay child support. You're going to take responsibility for your children. No more of this crap. No more of this crap. No one has to be responsible for their actions anymore. No one has to think about their future, attitude anymore. You have to think about your future. What are you going to do? And we're going to make it to where it's, like I said, it's going to be a whole lot more attractive to think about your future and participate in society than it is to say, F everything, I want welfare, or I want to be a criminal, and all this stuff and everything. We're going to change your mindset. All right, wish you all the best out there. Good luck, whatever you're doing. Be careful. God bless. Adios.